Hi. Hey. Well, you know what happened. Well, some people know what happened. Other people don't know what happened. My phone kicked the bucket, which means that, and actually my phone kicked the bucket while I was converting to Sagittarius reading last month. So I lost everything. Like I lost all of my pictures and all of my videos and all of everything from every show that I went to last year, everything. So I wasn't happy about that whatsoever. I was actually quite upset about it. Anyway, we're just going to reset as we usually do. And we're going to do the Aquarius reading. We're going to do that. Happy birthday, Aquarius. Happy birthday. And yeah, the chair still, squeaks against the back of my pants here, pre-shuffled. What we're going to do is we're going to nix the Oracle cards. I'm doing Celtic Cross. And we're going to keep some things, but we're going to get rid of some other things, okay? So a couple of songs that we did, a couple of songs that I had channeled during the pre-shuffle here were Turquoise by Joan Baez, When the Party's Over by Billie Eilish, and Like Knives by City and Color. Just trying to find you here, Aquarius. Aquarius, happy birthday. This is your read. We're doing it. Brand new phone that I have to still figure out how it works. But we're doing it up. We're going to do the Celtic Cross for you. I've been sick for 3 weeks, so you might see me using the tissue to wipe my nose. Let's shuffle once or twice more for you. If you don't already know, I am clairaudient, clairsentient, and claircognizant. I do get messages on my right when I get ringing in my ears from people that have passed on that I know. And then on my left from my spirit guides. Apologies on my nails. I had my nails done, but at the same time, it is tax season, and every tax season, AD Dubs here, she ends up with, needing to rip her gel off and just kind of do a little bit of a recovery session on the nails. So I'm not doing my nails for a few weeks at least. So taking a little break on the nails. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to clarify with 2 decks today. We're going to use the Sun, Moon Tarot and the Deviant Moon Tarot. The Deviant Moon Tarot I do not read in the reverse. And we're using the Botticelli for you on your main spread. Let's get started. I thought I was going to cut time, but I talked for 3 minutes. So hopefully if you didn't want to hear me talking, you just fast forwarded. It's fine. It's fine. I do pride myself on my authenticity. So please do check out your placements, and also check out the description box for all the other information that you need to know, such as the fact that I do not offer personal readings just yet, and I will never be approaching any of you for, money anywhere. Those are scammers. I don't do that shit. So, yeah. All right, let's go. Twist for fairness, as we always do, to make sure nobody's getting reversals that they're like, oh yeah, it's just going to be reversals. So, there we go. Let's go. In the present, for Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We take flippers and jumpers only, folks. Flippers and jumpers only. Aquarius in the present. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If this does not resonate, oh well, I'm sorry. It just won't resonate. And that's just the way she is. Oh, Changes by Tupac. That's just the way it is. Woo. Things will never be the same. Had like all of this jump out. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Okay. All right. In the reverse for you. The Page of Wands. In this deck, they're called knaves. The Page of Wands in the reverse. So there's a lack of communication happening, or a message that's not being sent, but a lack of communication is indicative with this card. Sometimes people read pages as children, but this here for me is a lack of passionate communication that's happening. You're either holding back from passionately communicating something to somebody. You want to, but you're not. You almost feel like to communicate passionately would maybe intimidate somebody or overwhelm somebody. Or vice versa. It could be that somebody in your vicinity here, in your immediate environment, wants to, passionately communicate something to you, but they're holding back from doing so. Why? What's blocking that energy from coming through for you during this time, Aquarius? We got 2. What might they be? Oh, one's... Well, they're worried about impulsive communication and action. They're worried about the impulsive reaction that might happen as a result, or you're worried that you might come off as impulsively acting on something. This is also Gemini energy for me. So could very well be that you're very worried that you might come across as being too impulsive and impetuous if you passionately communicate this thing to this person, like, let's do this. And then it might just seem like the action is too impulsive or impetuous for someone. But also we have unfinished business. You have something that's not finished out, a cycle that's not finished out. And so that's another reason why you're holding off on communicating passionately towards somebody, or somebody for you. They might feel that you have things that are kind of like simmering on the back burner that aren't quite cooked. So because they're not done and finished, they might be holding back from passionate communication with you. They might feel a little worrisome about coming off impulsive and reckless, or like the action could be reckless, right? So yeah, these two together. I don't want to come off impulsive, reckless with my actions, because there are unfinished things happening. There are things that haven't quite ended out. So I'm going to hold off on that passionate communication just a little longer. I think that's what's happening here. That's the obstacle. That's the obstacle, right? What's apparent in this situation? What's crowning you? Oh, what's crowning you, Aquarius? Well, we have a whole shitload of things that have fallen out, but one has stuck face down. So we're going to take that one instead of all these face up guys over here. What is it? The Lovers in the reverse. Normally a choice in love, but what's apparent is you've made a choice. You have chosen. You have chosen. That's what's apparent. You have definitively made a choice in love. That is what's crowning you. You know what you want when it comes to situation. Gemini energy again there. But you are very definitively drawing a line in the sand. You know what you want when it comes to a relationship or a connection with somebody. You may have in the past had multiple options of a romantic nature or with relationships, but here it seems that you've absolutely made a decision. That's what's crowning you. So what's hidden from your awareness right now? We're going to clarify. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. We'll suss it out. What's hidden from your awareness at this time, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? I do take 3. I won't take 4, but I'll take 3. Okay, let's see. So we have the Queen of Cups in the upright, the Four of Wands in the reverse, and the King of Cups in the upright. Okay, so there's unrest in the home space right now in between a King of Cups and a Queen of Cups. That's what's happening here. If you have water in your chart, this and the Queen of Cups, water in their chart, feminine energy, masculine energy connected together, but unrest, a little bit of lack of firm foundation There might be a feeling that there is a lack of firm foundation, and that's hidden from your awareness right now. But Queen of Cups followed by the Four of Wands in the reverse and the King of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. This could be during Scorpio season, Pisces season, Cancer season, but I feel like these are individuals. Court cards are always individuals. The Queen of Cups is writing in a book here. This is a book of knowledge. This is usually illumination. Queen of Cups is also somebody who's extremely intuitive, highly intuitive, very poetic, somebody who operates out of not just it's like a mental space and a heart space connected. This person is extremely loving and nurturing, but there's something that they're writing here lovingly, you know, and they've got that cup of love. And the lack of firm foundation is there. It's almost like intuitively there is work being done, you know, poeticism and intuition, and a feeling of I'm getting like wishes, like somebody's writing down their wishes, you know, the things, the thoughts that they're writing, that's hidden from your awareness. The instability of this firm foundation is what is hidden from you. That this person's hoping that the firm foundation will be, that this will be righted, that it'll be righted. They're wishing for the marriage bed. They're wishing for the firm foundation of family. The Four Posts of a marriage bed, but also the Four of Wands is about family. It's about a house, you know, the firm foundation of a home, right? So they can connect with their king. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Somebody was looking forward to Pisces season. Writing down their wishes, thoughts, hopes, goals towards Pisces season. Looking to this king with their feelings. The king is very, he still has the cup there, and he has one arm behind his back. It's almost like this person had wishes, thoughts, hopes, goals, dreams, poeticism and romanticism tied to something in the Pisces season. And the king, himself keeps his feelings hidden from the queen. But in between them is the foundation that was rocked. She feels that something shook the foundation, and it's come between them. Like something messed up the foundation that they were laying, and it came between them. They both have very loving energy still, though. It's not like there's any unrest on their faces, right? He's got something behind his back. It's like they're connected by the instability of firm foundations in the home. Something came in between the two. To try and sabotage the connection in between the two. Normally when you have a king and queen of the same suit, it's like they're divine counterparts, people say, divine counterparts. So for that, it's almost like something came in between the two divine counterparts, or something came in to try to ruin the foundation in between the two counterparts. I almost feel like this queen and this king are being kept apart by instability in a foundation of a home. Like they tried to build the foundation of a home and it got rocked by something. Okay, moving along. Let's not spend 8 million hours on one thing. We can always clarify it. It's fine. In the recent past, yeah, Knight of Wands in the reverse, passionate action that somebody was holding off on. Either you or somebody else was holding off on passionate forward movement towards either you or somebody else. So if you were going to take passionate action towards somebody, come charging in with passion and fervor and all of that kind of stuff towards somebody, you ended up in the last 2 weeks having to hold off on that. Could be related to this foundation that was rocked. You know, maybe this queen is unaware of that. Maybe you're the one who's unaware of that. Maybe vice versa. Maybe the king is unaware. Maybe the queen is unaware. You're going to have to pick which one of those that you are. But it could also be that somebody else is held off on passionate action. That they've decided they're not going to take passionate forward movement towards you. Inappropriate, like it's inappropriate to do so at this time. They're staving off. They're holding themselves back. Yeah, I've got it here. It's like they, I'm getting like a touch on the back, right under the shoulder here on this side. For comfort, reassurance, 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 reassurance. There's something about reassurance here. Like they understand that it's not appropriate. The forward action, the passionate forward action is not appropriate, and the time for reassurance instead. Okay. In the next 2 weeks for you, at least in the recent future. And remember, the future is not fixed. You can't dictate your own future. And the tarot card's down. What do we have? Oh, the Hermit. Okay. It's going to be going within, finding answers for yourself. See, the Book of Illumination is there, same as within the Hidden Past. So illumination is knowledge, and seems to be that you might be going within to seek some answers for yourself. There might be some quiet time. Virgo energy. This could be time that you've decided. It's interesting. This guy's almost got like a page out of that book that he's got in his hand. He's clutching it dearly, almost like he's learned something from he's taken a page out of that book. And he's holding it, he's clutching it dearly and planting it like seeds. Interesting. Whoa. She's writing it here. He's taken it out of the book and he's clutching it dearly as if it's some very cherished knowledge. And it's like he wants to take it and bury it and see if it grows into something larger. It's knowledge to him. It's an inner truth to him. The Hermit is about going within to find your own inner truth. Taking the time to yourself to find your inner truth. Quiet introspection. Going within the cave to discover something. You're trying to understand something deeper. He's clutching that page so tightly. It's almost like there's a truth that he's found here that is very, very important to him, that he's trying to understand for himself. The number 9 is of significance as well. September. This doesn't make it September that we're talking about as far as time frames go, but the number 9, 3 by 3, 3 by 3, 10 by 10, 3 by 3 was the house that buried me. Did I really drown? That's a song by Yeah. It's 10 by 10. 3 by 3, 3 by 3. 3 is of significance. 3 times 3 equaling 9. There's something of significance here. It ties back to this book of knowledge, new illumination, numeration, rumination. I was compelled to shuffle what's on the split. We have the 6 of Swords here, movement forward with the 8 of Cups, moving on from something. You learned that you had to let go of something. You're learning that you have to let go of something. Your inner truth is that you have to move on from something. Something that was burning in its wake. Normally the 6 of Swords is a ship that's moving away from a burning island and moving on to a more fruitful place. And the 8 of Cups is abandoning 8 cups in order to move to the 9. Something that normally would have offered emotional fulfillment, but realizing that there's greater emotional fulfillment available to you. 9. Remember. So it seems that that is your inner truth. That you know that that you do need to move forward from something that is bothering you at the present time. That it's necessary. Trip over water. Also, there's a trip over water. Or travel. Travel is necessary. They wanted me to shuffle, so I'm going to shuffle. Okay. All right. In the present extension of the present for you. What is in your environment, Aquarius? What is in your environment? We have this many. The Fool. Yeah, you need to take a risk. Taking a risk, and Page of Pentacles. Taking a risk, jumping out, breaking out into the unknown, understanding that breaking out into the unknown is necessary in order to either, it's risk or reward, is what it is. Your environment right now is that you have broken out into the unknown, and you could be falling to your death, plummeting to your death, or you could just be breaking out onto a new path, but you have to take the risk in order to do so. Aries energy there. And you're communicating that to somebody. Seems to have to do with earthbound energy, the Pentacle in and of itself, communicating to somebody a risk that might have to do with a contract, small checks, a material sense, but not even that. It could actually be an offer of some sort that has to do with something of value. Communicating to somebody the risk that you're taking. You're taking a risk to communicate to somebody something of value. This is what's held behind the King's back? Is this what's held behind the King's back? We'll have to see. There's a pentacle here. It could also be that you're taking a risk and breaking out onto your own and communicating to somebody that you wish to start something fresh and new in a material sense. Saved by Zero by The Fix. It's about this concept of once you're at zero, you can't lose anything. You only have to gain, right? There is only gain. So the message of gain, right? What is surrounding you, Aquarius, at this time? Oh, the sun, illumination. The ultimate yes card of wishes fulfilled. Somebody feels that they've had a wish fulfilled. It's like I never felt the sun. Somebody feels warmth. Somebody feels a wish has been fulfilled. Followed by the Emperor. Another Aries card. You're dealing with somebody with Aries figuring strongly in their chart. Fiery energy, passionate energy. This is a leader. We have Leo energy and Aries energy here. This is somebody who seems to rule with a fair hand, a firm hand. They seem to have the world in their hand. They speak truth. They're very steadfast in their truth, and they speak their truth very, very firmly. Sometimes they illuminate the truth in ways that may not always be convenient for you. It seems here also. But for them, it seems that they are having wishes granted at this time. They may also be somebody who grants wishes for you. Or they make your wildest dreams come true. They make your wishes come true. They grant your wishes. They're helping to develop and grow something in you, cultivate something in you. They will it to be so. Here comes the sun, dear Comte de Son, dear Comte de Son. They provide you with a sense of warmth. Sometimes they can be domineering, very dominant personality, somebody who wills things to be so. That's who's surrounding you right now. Very nurturing, but very, very much a dominant personality, leadership. They don't like to be told what to do. But again, they illuminate the truth. They don't like to, because the sword is so prevalent there, do you see? And then the sun is illumination also. They're very nurturing, but also that sword of truth, that communicative energy. They don't like to communicate anything that is less than the truth. They're very steadfast in that. Sometimes they scorch. Sometimes they're warm and sometimes they scorch. Sometimes it's too warm. Hopes and fears for you, Aquarius. Because the sun is a double-edged sword. Oh, that's interesting. The sun is a double-edged sword. Right? The sun can warm things, but it can also burn things. Okay? And the one thing that I always tell Aries, and in particular when it comes to talking about Emperor energy, is you want to be the fire that warms rather than the fire that burns. Yeah. Especially when it comes to being a leader. You know, you don't want to come down on people so hard that it's top down. You want to lead rather than boss people around. It's the thing. It's the whole thing. Maneri's rising. I know all about it. All right, what are your hopes and fears, Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You have the Judgment card in the reverse. X will mark the place. Look, X will mark the place. Judgment card in the reverse. Hopes and fears. Followed by the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is usually somebody who watches other people, observes other people, either for the purpose of learning or is a stalker energy. And then we have the Judgment card in the reverse. So might you be afraid that somebody might find something out about you? Or you could be afraid that somebody might have already made a judgment about you based on things that they've seen. Yeah. You're afraid that somebody's already passed judgment on you. That they've already resigned you to some fate based on what they've seen, that they've already observed, and therefore that's it. Quite visceral. Near scared. That's your fear. That's your fear. You're afraid that somebody's learned everything that there is to know, and that they've already passed judgment on you. Or does somebody criticizes you when they observe you? Or that their criticisms are based on what you do, how you act, the things that you say? You're worried about criticism. You don't like to be observed. You don't like when people pass judgment on you. There's also something here about a lack of choice. A lack of choice. I'm itchy right around here right now. A lack of choice. Judgments that haven't gone in your favor. Somebody seeing you, watching, observing, learning something about you. Judgments that have been passed upon you, not in your favor. You're worried somebody's going to learn something about you that you've kept hidden. X will mark the place. There's 3 X's there, 30, 30, 30, 30. Something happened when you were 30. If you're 30, or above 30. Pages are children. There's something about the wrist. Our here Saturday night wrist. There's a hole in the earth. Beware the water. Beware the water. Okay. Moving along. Let's do your outcome, Aquarius. Oh, my fucking wrist is super itchy right now. Okay. 7 of Swords in the reverse. So, where you may believe there was dishonesty or treachery in the distant future, so we're talking like 6 months to a year out, you may have believed that there were people who are being dishonest with you. That's not the case. So I caution you to, be more discerning when it comes to your own intuition. You might think you're using intuition, but you're not. There could be an undercurrent of paranoia. Normally, the Seven of Swords in the upright is about treachery. This is in the reverse. So while you might think things are going on behind your back, or you might feel that things are going on behind your back, they're not. They're not. And your hunches sometimes, like your mind can play tricks on you. This is what this is warning of here. Oh, cool. So I only thought that I had one. We have two over here that flew out. The Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. You're being invited to exercise self-love also. The Nine of Pentacles is about stability, of course, but the Nine of Pentacles is also about our personal security, our personal ability to be secure within ourselves, our own thoughts, our own personal sense of stability of self. It's about knowing that we mark our own path, knowing that we mark our own path towards our legacy. And here it is a reminder and a harbinger that that's something that you need to practice and embrace, is the fact that you mark your own path. You are not a victim of circumstance, that it is something that you need to work on, is your ability to do so. Followed by, just a sec, then we have the Hanged Man in the reverse. So Piscean energy, this could be happening rather quickly. Actually, could be happening in the next month or so. I was really hoping that we'd be going a little bit further out, but looks to be that where there was inaction, we're starting to see action moving forward. Could be where you've gained perspective all of a sudden on something. You're moving forward where there was a time that you paused for reflection. With the Hermit here in the recent future, where you are pausing for introspection to gain perspective on something, your inner truth, we're seeing during Pisces season, which actually is around the same time, and this could be next Pisces season, it could take you a whole year to get there, that you're actually coming down and really gaining that perspective that you're looking for. Interestingly enough, it's almost musical. I keep feeling and thinking when we're talking about pausing for reflection about the book of Psalms in the Bible. And when we talk about the book of Psalms in the Bible, I think it's like 200 and some times in the Bible, there's the word Selah in the book of Psalms. And Selah in Hebrew translates to the musical term pause for reflection. It's almost like rest. When we're doing our musical theory when we're children, and they teach you, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, rest, ta. Well, when we see Selah in the Bible, however many times it's actually mentioned, over 100 times, I think it's like, I can't remember, I'd have to look it up. But Selah in Hebrew translates to pause for reflection. And Psalms, if nobody knows, is actually written in it has musical overtones to it, almost lyrical in its sense. So when we see that there, that pause for reflection that would normally be happening if you had the Hanged Man in the upright is actually being turned on its head, and you're coming out of those pauses for reflection. I want to say that it's a year out, but at the same time, intuitively, I'm feeling like this is happening a lot more towards the end of Pisces season for you. So it's actually happening a lot more recent than we might want in a final outcome position. So it's almost like you've reflected and realized that you need to be the master of your own destiny here, and that you are the one who marks your own path. Like you're not a victim of circumstance, and that there is a need for a feeling of security, that not everybody's out there to fuck you over, for lack of a better term, pardon my French. Because if we look here, the treachery is not present. The Seven of Swords is in the reverse. There ain't nobody sneaking away from the camp with the swords on their back in the night. It's in the reverse, right? So you need to mark your own path. You're not a victim of circumstance. If you would like legacy, if you want those pentacles to be laid, that's something that you have to learn to do for yourself. Yes? All right, let's clarify before we do so. overall energy. On the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Well, the Knight of Pentacles is action. It is forward action. However, it is extremely slow action. Seems that you're in a period of inaction when it comes to material world. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary growth, though. The Pentacle, as an earth sign, I have to say the Pentacle is not about just money. The Pentacle is about stability. It is about a firm respect for earthbound pleasures. It is about a firm respect for everything that comes from the earth, the things that we build upon the earth, the things that we build with our own two hands, with our body and our mind. It is about the baser human instincts even, and how we respect those. And so in action towards those, no forward movement towards that is the overarching theme here today. And so I think you're learning a truth for yourself about how to mark your own path, how to move towards that swiftly and smoothly, and what role you play in making that happen for yourself. That manifestation, that lovely buzzword manifestation, isn't necessarily just a buzzword, and it's not something that you can just say and throw out there into the universe and actually just have happen for you. You actually have to do something about it. And I think that when we look at your environment here with the Sun and the Emperor, that these two are here to teach you something about that. The sun grows things, but it doesn't just sit there. It has to shine, and it has to be warm, and it has to actually make things grow. And the Emperor doesn't just sit there on his ass and do nothing. He's about action. He has to take action in order for things to move. He has to direct people, and he has to speak a truth. He has to bring illumination to things, and he has to rule with a firm hand, but a fair hand, in order for things to actually happen. You have to break out into, you have to break out and be adventurous and take risk, and understand that some of those risks will result in reward and some of them will not. But nonetheless, manifestation is not just about saying, oh, I manifest this and something happens. No. There is action, and action, like Shakespeare very, very poignantly said, is eloquence, right? It is the one thing. You got to make shit happen. You can't just be like, I want this to happen, and boom, it happens. No. So let's clarify. We're going to clarify with the Sun Moon Tarot today. And we're only going to clarify with one deck. I know that I started out saying we'd clarify with two, but I talked for way too long, and we're already at 42 minutes, so we're not going to do that. This one I do read in both the upright and the reverse. So let's get started here. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, we're going to start with the present position, and we're going to see about this page. It's in the reverse, that passionate communication that's not coming in. We already know that it's because of the avoiding impulsivity, right? And because we don't want, something hasn't ended, so there's a need for lack of impulsivity, rather not wanting to appear impulsive. Okay, well, twist that for fairness. Cool. All right, let's do it. Tell me more. Well, because we had all of these flipped, we're going to take the one that's face down. Yeah, judgment. So a decision happened. Somebody's decided firmly that they don't want to be criticized, that they don't want to make, that they're worried about a decision being made against them, and so they're not communicating passionately right now. Let's see what else. Yeah, because they don't want to seem impulsive. They don't want to seem reckless. They know that there are things that aren't buttoned up, so they don't want to be criticized, and they don't want judgment passed on them or for somebody to make a decision on them. So they're not communicating passionately right now. What else? Oh, we had this one that flipped, so I'll take it. Yeah, Six of Cups. It's about a long cherished wish, goal, hope, dream, possibly connected to childhood. It's very playful. something that's very gentle, very nurtured within somebody. That's why they're not taking action. Yeah, they're worried. Okay, let's see about this choice of the Lovers. What is that choice? What was the decision that was made here? Oh, no, we're not going to take it. What is that decision? Christ. Tell me. What is the Lovers in reverse? Oh, okay. The Emperor. It's the Emperor. Okay, so the choice that you made was one that was made with a firm hand. It was a leader, or you made it out of a leadership space. The decision that you made in a love space was one that had to do with somebody with Aries energy. Somebody who, and look, isn't it interesting here? Check it out. Somebody with the sun. It's like I never felt the sun. Holy shit. Look at this. I'm sorry. It's the very same person who's in your environment. Look. Look. Do you see this? It's the person who's in your environment. This one card here has everything that these two cards have. Here, look. Maybe I should just do it like this and then it'll make more sense. Do you see? There's the Emperor sitting on his throne with the fucking sun shining above him. Here's the person in your environment sitting on their throne, and there's the sun card. Yeah, this is somebody who is nurturing, warm, rules with a firm hand, is extremely confident, can be domineering, absolutely is bossy as fuck. But that's your choice. You chose that. That was the choice that you made, right? The Lovers used to be a choice, right? And in the reverse, you've made your choice. You're not juggling. What is apparent is that you went for somebody who was warm, nurturing, dominant, confident, ruled with a firm hand. They also, look at that, the shield there. There's something about protection. There's something about protection. There's an element of protection. Either you feel protected or they feel protected. And that was something that was appealing to you. Okay, let's go down here. Let's see about, oh, that was rather quick. So what was hidden from your awareness here? You know, this was the one thing that I wanted to clarify the most. And it just popped right out, which kind of sucks because I really wanted to be intentional about it. You see here we have that divine counterpart energy with the Queen and the King of Cups with the Four of Wands in between them. In the reverse. Somebody took passionate action. Could have been somebody with Leo in their chart. That's what rocked the foundation. Somebody took passionate action. Passionate forward movement. Somebody with Leo in their chart came in between the two. What else? What else? Tell me more. What else about this foundation? That's too many. Tyrannical energy. There's our Aries, but they're in the reverse. Or this could be a Leo also. King of Wands can be Leo, Aries, Sag. I always view it as Leo or Aries. Put somebody into a tyrannical energy. Somebody made a decision without consulting anybody else. Totally destroyed a foundation that was being laid. And it kind of put a damper in between this Queen and King of Cups. This Queen is in her book. She's writing. She's hoping. This King has his hand behind his back. He's holding something back. What is she writing? What is she writing in her book? The truth. The truth. The Ace of Swords. She's writing the truth. She's writing her truth in that book. What is this King of Cups holding behind his back? What is this King of Cups holding behind his back? Oh, he's got delay. I mean, at the top of this card, it says buzzwords and shit like that, but I never see it as virtue. Behind his back, he has a choice. He has a path forward, and he needs to make precision movements in order to decide which path he's going to take. He has a decision he's making. He's surveying the path. That's what's behind his back. That's what's in his hand behind his back. The survey of the path, which path he's going to take. Say more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Anxiety, worry, sleepless nights, nightmares. He has nightmares. Anxiety, sleepless nights, pain. He's anxious over which path to take. Here's that Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. He has insecurity. He has insecurity over his legacy. He doesn't know that he can lay the path towards legacy on his own. But he wants this. He wants that Ten of Cups. So it's like these are two different paths to him behind his back. And he has anxiety over them. Surveying the path. Not understanding that he lays his own firm foundations towards his legacy. Not respecting his need for trust in himself. Wanting the Ten of Cups. Wanting that happy home life. Wanting that ultimate fulfillment. But he doesn't have security in his decision making towards his legacy. Okay, all right, moving forward. Knight of Wands. Okay. So in the recent past, that whole thing with the lack of action, that lack of passionate action, the reason that lack of passionate action didn't happen was the same reason that the passionate communication isn't happening in the present. Somebody doesn't want to be impulsive. Somebody doesn't want to take impulsive action, doesn't want to appear impetuous, doesn't want to be inappropriate about things. Gemini energy there. They don't want to seem reckless. They don't want to use reckless abandon in order to take action towards something. And so, where they would normally be coming in super, super on fire about something, towards something, kind of careening in towards something, they're preventing themselves from doing so because they feel that it would appear reckless in order to charge in as such. They don't want to come in and waving that sword like a weirdo, lopping people's heads off. Because that's exactly what the Prince of Swords is, rather the Knight of Swords. In this deck, they call them princes. Doesn't want to come in with that chariot and go in and just start beheading everybody. And I mean, that'd be rather impulsive and dim-witted, you know? So that's in the last 2 weeks. Why are we going within? And what are we going to learn in the next 2 weeks, Aquarius? That the need to passionately communicate, to communicate something with fire, with warmth, with nurturing, that need is there, that there is a message that needs to be sent. In fact, you see, this person's actually reaching towards the stars with that, with that fireweed or, what have you. Reaching towards the stars with that. It's very fiery communication. That's a part of that inner truth that's being learned, that illumination, that knowledge, is that passionate communication is within somebody and they need to communicate it. It's burning in the pit of their stomach to the point of heartburn. Do you know? In fact, in psychology, they actually talk about that, is that when you do have an inner truth, sometimes it can burn and fester within you to the point of fucking heartburn. It's true. It's true. You bury things and you bury things and you bury things and you bury things until they well up and they just have to spill out of you to the point that you cannot physically keep them in any longer. And so that one of these truths is being learned in the next 2 weeks. Usually I see this as 2 weeks out. One of those inner truths is that there is passionate communication that has to come out. It has to. You know? So while it's being held off on in the present, in the recent future, it's something that is being learned that has to be expressed. The self-expression has to happen. What else? Anything else? What? There's temptation here. Yeah, Capricorn energy, the devil. Okay. Could be learning that there is addiction. Could be learning, just looking at oneself, that there is a need to better harness the energy that comes with a respect, a deep respect for base human instinct. That there might be an element of obsession and possessiveness here. Could also be that there's addiction here. Could be, see, everybody talks about the devil in terms of it being negative energy. The only time that it's negative energy is when it's in the reverse. Unfortunately, it's in the reverse. And because it's in the reverse, we do have to talk about it, right? It could very well be that it's interesting because if you look at this card, it's like these two people are tangled in a web. They're caught in a web. So it's almost as if they're trapped. There are trappings here. You know? Well, I get the song Hey by the Pixies. It talks about being chained. We're chained, you know? And so it might very well be that one of the inner truths that's being discovered has to do with two people's need to look at themselves independently and see where they're connecting codependently, or where there's a little bit of excess, or how they can operate from a place with a deeper respect, or at least with some respect for baser human instincts. How do we approach things with respect that come from the earth? You know, are we living in excess? Are we respecting our earthly pleasures? With the passionate communication here in the devil in the reverse, I wonder if there are passionate communications that are happening inappropriately when as above, so below. As above, so below. Somebody's tempted to passionately communicate. There's a warning here not to communicate your inner truth when you are imbibing. With these two together, the Page of Wands and the Devil in the reverse over the Hermit. Be careful when you communicate your inner truth. Be sure that you're not doing it when you're, you know, under the influence, right? Because the message is it's going to be a mixed message. It's not going to come out the way you intend. Might be that fire that burns rather than warms. Right? Like the devil. Just a fucking pit of lava. It's not like, you know, a nice hearth. You know? Anything else on that? That was rather quick. Yeah. Yeah, balance. Be balanced in your communication. If you want to, yeah, it's fucking balance. Yeah. Yeah. Don't live in excess. Don't live in excess. Balance. Six of Pentacles, Libran energy, balance. You need to achieve balance. It's a part of your inner truth. But you need to achieve balance. There's excess. And that if you want to communicate passionately about something, you have to be balanced in your approach. But also, with that devil in the reverse, there's a need for balance. Something is one way or another. There are extremes at play. Okay, moving forward. I have to haul ass. These were not supposed to be this long. 10 of Wands. In the present, you're dealing with burdens. You've got a lot of burdens right now. Could be why you're being encouraged. You're encouraging yourself to take risks. You're moving towards communicating offers. But you've got great burden. You see the person there. I don't want you to look at the stupid words on the cards. I want you to look at this here. The 10 of Wands is about carrying burdens. Taking all of the burdens up the mountain. Holding on to all of the sticks, right? What else? No. What are these burdens? What are these burdens? Tell me about the burdens. Christ. Okay. Unfinished business of an emotional sense. Yeah, there's something that you didn't give up that you were supposed to walk away from. Reconciliation. One of these burdens is that something you were supposed to walk away from emotionally, you did not. Yeah, victory in vain. It's like you won, but you didn't win. Because you didn't walk away when you were supposed to. That's one of the burdens that you're carrying. You got guilt about something. Tell me more. There's guilt. Tell me more. That's one of the burdens you're carrying. Tell me. 7 of Swords in the fucking reverse. So because of this guilt, you're projecting. You're projecting. 7 of Swords in the reverse. So you expect treachery where there is none because you didn't walk away from something. So you're carrying a burden because you didn't walk away from something that you were supposed to. And you carry guilt. So you expect the same treachery from other people? Okay. In the environment, we have 2. You have a Page of Pentacles. You have somebody who's communicating something to you about a respect for the earth, a respect for grounding yourself. Yeah, they're trying to help free you from your mental prison. Look at that. They're trying to illuminate for you and take control of the situation for you. Communicate to you about your respect for the earth, to ground yourself, to ground and center, and take yourself out of a mental prison that is rather perceived rather than reality. It's perceived rather than reality, and they're trying to free you from it. They might actually be trying to illuminate it for you with the Sun here and the Emperor, and they're also doing it in a rather forceful manner with the Emperor. There's somebody who's coming at it from a domineering space, but there's truth to it with that sword there. They're speaking the truth and they're illuminating the truth for you. They're holding the mirror up to you. They're telling you to ground and center and free yourself from a mental prison that doesn't exist. And this is beneficial for you. Okay. Tell me about the outcome. You're still expecting treachery where there is none. It's got to do with what's in your current environment. Okay. Slow forward movement. You're making progress. You're making progress. You gain perspective. It's kind of just an extension of the Hanged Man in the reverse. Gaining perspective. Meditation on the crown chakra. It's opening. What else? You're slowly making progress towards this. You're realizing it. You're growing. There's expansion of a spiritual nature where you normally operate out of intellect. You only know what you know, and usually you only go by what you know, what's tangible. And your intuition has always been off. When you follow your intuition and your hunches, it's always been off. And you end up looking the fool. But you're going to slowly move into a different path of spirituality that helps to... You're regaining faith in something because you have a different perspective. Somebody's restoring your faith in something. But it's through consistent, slow, consistent effort. With that Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the whole deck. Basically standing still. It's like, you know, the horse that never moves. It's like stop motion animation where he's here, then he's here, then he's here, then he's here. Do you know what I mean? It's literally like that. Yeah. But it's like through... And it's a shocking moment for you. Either that or there's a surprise coming for you. Scorpionic energy. Something unexpected is going to happen. Is that what's ultimately going to help see you towards that? Tell us more about the Tower of Scorpio energy. Is this happening during Scorpio season? You're going to become more connected with your spirituality. Your faith is going to be restored. Is your faith going to be tested and then you're going to get proof? Like the proof is in the pudding, but that's when you get the pudding? Or is it in Scorpio season? Tell me, what's this Tower? Whoa, 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 whoa. No. Tell me what the Tower is. What is the Tower? Okay, we got one. Lucky us. Unfinished business. Something's going to resurface for you that's not finished. Something's coming back. And it's going to be a shocking surprise for you. It's going to test your faith. Either that or it's going to come back and that's going to be what restores your faith in somebody else. It's like you're going to finally have the proof that you can believe in somebody else. Because something's going to come back that's unfinished business. And they're going to shock the shit out of you because they don't go for it. Fixed energy. Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. Yeah, it's going to be during Leo season or Scorpio season. Tell me more. Anything else? Anything else? We got two. The Queen of Swords. Fucking truth. Truth, justice, equilibrium. Yeah. You're going to see the truth for what it is. There's going to be pain for somebody. Pain and heartbreak for somebody. With that Three of Swords. But it's truth, justice, and fairness. I think this is working out in your favor. I don't think this is working out in whoever the fuck is coming back with that unfinished business. I don't think it's working out in their favor. And I think that's what the Three of Swords is. I think that somebody is doing right by what is fair, just. It's a precision cut. It's a precision cut. Precision cut. This could be surgery. Unfinished business with surgery. Oh, it's going to restore your faith? Six of Swords. Movement forward. Travel. What's your overall energy? You got to move forward. You've got to leave what's burning into the wake and move forward towards what's bright. Anyway, let's just fucking leave it there. Remember, the future is what you dictate. I'll let cards do. All right, numbers of significance. What do we have? We have one that landed on the floor. That's awesome. We have 6, 12 breaking down to 3, 10, and 8. 8, which is on the floor. And let's get some poetry for you before we leave this shit. For Aquarius. I almost said Libra. This is happening during Libra season, Libra Scorpio cusp season. So we're looking at October 21st-ish for your final outcome there. There's something about surgery. Surgery or a precision cut. Definitely. Somebody's going to be in pain or have a broken heart. So yeah, you're going to have some faith restored in something. Though it's unfinished business. Unfinished business. Okay. All right. What do we got? Oh, this is a lot. Dream. Wow. You got a lot of words. Okay. Okay. Well, take what you want, leave the rest. You know how it works. Please take care of yourself, Aquarius. And we'll catch you on the next one, I guess. All right. Okay. Bye. And then so everybody can see the spread here. So there we have it. Wow, look at all that stuff. Yeah, great. Oh, and there, wait. There's the dice that landed on the floor. Okay. All right. Bye.